I don't know what this is. I know that we're supposed to read. It's a conversation. Okay. Cool. Okay. Hi, gifts. Hi, Alero. It's nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, friends. So, we need to get to know each other. Okay. So I think I want you to ask me first.
Okay, so I find it one to be a very interesting question. It says, what keeps you going when no one is watching?
Wow. What keeps me going when I don't think anybody watch. I don't. How do I explain? I don't think like anybody's watching me because I won't really care. Yes, I actually don't anymore. I had to learn it. So when I just started in my journey, I thought people were paying attention to me, like my mistakes. You know, sometimes when you do something but they're like, I should have said this, I should have done this. I used to be like that a lot before. And I got to realize that nobody cares. Yeah, at the end of the day. No, but actually, no. You think even if people talk about you, it's just got that moments they moved on. Meanwhile, you're already pondering and thinking and thinking and thinking. Oh my God, what does this person think about me? Nobody really cares. So I started building from a place of I really don't know. In fact, at this point, I don't know people see my work, and I don't really care because I'm learning to put it out. Like I said, I have a problem I'm trying to solve, and that's where my mind are. So if I start to think about this, Beako is looking at me, I'll be cautious of my journey because now I'm thinking of perfection. But now I'm doing it from a place of I have where I want to go and I have something I'm trying to do. And if you find it meaningful, you can join in it. But am I watching to see you tell me, oh, you're doing a good job? Because it's like a way to disappoint yourself, which I've experienced in the past. So I just decided that I need to do me because, again, I learned that the people that I think are judging me, they have their own problems. So let me ask you. Um, whew. Okay, so how do you tell the difference between laziness and burnout? Okay, yeah, I have a story for that. Mm, In 2023, I was working with a real estate company. I was working with this real estate company as an in-house graphics designer. And it got to a point I was asking myself, what am I doing here? Like, I was just asking myself, what are you doing here? And every morning I wake up, I feel this annoyance in me, this anger, like it keeps building day by day, day by day. If I get to the office, I'm so tired. Like I'm looking at everyone. And then my line manager, my creative director, every time I put out the design, they are not satisfied. They're not satisfied. They're always complaining. There's always a complaint. And I'm like, okay, God, is this what He wants for me? How did I end up in this career? So I was questioning everything, everything. So I knew I was burnt out. Like there was nothing coming up. There was no ideas. There was no passion, no zeal. So everything, I just felt everything was collapsing. So I knew I was burnt out. Yeah. I've gotten to that point in my career. I just needed to stop. So yeah. I sent in my resignation letter and went home. So I knew I was burnt out, not due to the fact that I was lazy, but yeah, there was nothing coming up. Okay. So that is burnt out. For laziness is just you. You don't want to do it. You don't feel like doing it. There's no love for it. There's no passion for it. You don't see the reason why you should do it. So that is laziness. You don't care. Yeah, like you don't care. Yeah, it's not my problem. Care. Okay, should I go with one more question? That is, okay, have you ever thought of giving up and what stopped you? Our salaries pay. Our salary pay. Okay, but I mean, on a serious note,
I think about that almost every other month or quarter when I feel, because again, as a business owner, what I've learned is that when you're building, it's not linear. It's not like this. It goes like this, right? There are some good days, there are some bad days, there are sometimes your clients are pissing you off. There are sometimes that maybe some projects are not going the way you like. There are different types of pressure that comes in the work that we do. But again, because of where I know I'm going to and the problem I know I'm solving, I never think about giving up actually. I mean, I'm very open on my mental health. There was a time last year that I was very depressed and I actually had suicidal thoughts. It was not because I wanted to kill myself. It was just because I was tired. And again, when you're doing what you love, but not in an environment that enables you to do it, it's a big problem. And that was when I actually thought about that. Is it even worth it? But I now got to realize that the problem I had was not the idea or the work I was doing, it was the environment that I was working at. That's why a lot of the time, some people will tell you that a workplace needs to be very conducive for people to work here. Because there are some people that are brilliant, they have absolutely the best minds, but they are working in organizations that there's fear everywhere. Your boss is going to shout over nothing. Your boss puts pressure on you. Your boss does not lead with compassion and, consideration. It's a thing management. I don't know if you get what I mean. So there are some people that would feel like, I'm done. And again, because I'm a fan of there's no separation between your personal life and your work. Like this whole work-life balance does not exist. It's you, you're the human being that is the person. So anybody that is treating you badly, that is making you fail in doing your job, that is making you depressed or demotivated, that person is a problem. Because again, you start thinking that it is you that is a problem, not knowing that is the work. But it still coincides, right? That's why you need to be in an environment that allows you to do your job well, your creativity flows, you're inspired to do more. But if you're not in an environment that enables you, trust me, you would think you are the problem. Because I was depressed, thinking that it was a me problem, not knowing that it was the environment that I was in that was causing that depression.
Okay. Okay, so
I think I'm getting so deep.
no, it's okay. It's okay. So any other question for me?
Have I asked you, let me see. Do you think fear motivates in a healthy way?
Oh, I would say no, because fear is a barrier. It's a big barrier. If you have motivation, if you have a goal, something you would like to achieve, and you start having this thought of, is it going to work out? Is it not going to work out? Like you said around that, if you feel,
Who even says it's failure? No, to be honest. Who says it's failure? Because you even making an attempt to do it is the success.
and if you keep going, it's also a process. So fear is a barrier in the sense that it will limit you to want to achieve that goal which you want to. And also it's a barrier in the sense that if you put it first before your motivation, it's going to really shake up a lot of things. A lot of your ideas, a lot of your dreams, your passion, your goals. It will just make you start seeing it as, a big stumbling block, to like go through. So fear is not, it doesn't give this positive motivation at all.
Yeah, but I just want to add to it. Fear is an emotion. So is joy. So is happiness. So is love. So is anger. So we need to treat it as such. It's an emotion you feel, and you are supposed to allow yourself to feel it in your profession, in your career, or in any decision you need to make in life. Fear is that thing that gives you the second thoughts that asks you, am I really ready for this phase? It doesn't mean you should run away. It means it's just something that triggers you to decide if you want to do it or not. I don't know if you've seen Inside Out. So there's this cartoon.
Yeah.
There's this cartoon Inside Out that Riley is the girl and then she had like different emotions inside of her and then they'll show it. And then you notice that the person that used to handle the castle was Joy. So joy is the emotion that was, because as children, as you're growing up, you're always happy, jumping up and down. So joy was the major controller of Riley's emotions. And as she was growing older and getting into puberty, the other emotions started coming to take control of the console. Fear will come sometimes, anger will come sometimes. You know, that movie really taught me that emotions are supposed to be expressed and experienced, but you're not supposed to hold on to it because it's supposed to pass. So if you have fear, there's a reason for that. Why am I scared? I'm about to quit my job and I'm afraid. It's a healthy thing because you don't know what's happening tomorrow. So it's normal. But again, you're not supposed to now use that fear to propel you to the next thing to do. Fear should serve as a trigger for something. For some people, they have fear over certain things, and it might be that your instinct is telling you not to do it. Or your instinct is also telling you consider it, or okay, let's try this. You are doing something you are not familiar with. That's why there's fear. Your heart is racing because you're not familiar with it. But the moment you start to do it and you're familiar with it, you notice that there's no more fear.
So it's an emotion. It's true, because I remembered when I wanted to quit, my creative director, he asked me, oh, if you stop working, how are you going to feel? How are you going to take care of this and that? But I knew deep down me, I need to quit this job, because if I continue, I'm going to get to this point. I'll get to work one day and then maybe my boss seeks some and I'm going to react, because it was getting to that point. I was there. I was at that point. I was below point. Then my co-worker just tapped me. Oh, just stop. I knew I needed to leave that job.
Nice. I'm a fan of transitioning and growing. Yeah, it's good.